So fight fans. Um, I wanted to make a video today on Andre Ward and as well as Deontay Wilder. You know, first let's start off with Deontay Wilder. I saw a video from Mr. Boxer today. Peace to you, man. I saw a video today of Mr. Boxer today, and it was called Deontay Wilder. No one wants to fight me. Well, the way I see it, Deontay Wilder don't want to fight anybody except for voluntaries. Like I said yesterday in one of my videos, Deontay Wilder is known as the WBC voluntary champ because all he's been doing is just babysitting that title that he calls Sophia, and he has been making great title defenses, especially against his mandatories. So him going around saying that nobody wants to fight him is crazy. You have Shannon Briggs, who's a veteran, old school veteran. He's been going around and he's been asking for a fight. He's been asking him for a fight. So what happened with that? You know, um, you know, you've also got another individual within the heavyweight ranks, Mansoor, who's been asking him for a fight. So that myth about nobody wants to fight him, people, I want you to look in between the lines, read right in between the lines, read in between the lines, simply because they're lying to you. They want you to think that nobody's out there for them, nobody wants to fight them. You know what I'm saying? You know, if you really want to today, if you really want to look at a fighter who is being ducked, not ducking, who is being ducked, and a fighter who no one wants to fight, you got to look at fighters like Demetrius Andrade, Guillermo Rigondeaux, in some cases Nonito Donaire. You know, um, fighters that want to fight and they're not able to fight within the year, and they only fight once because those are fighters that are being ducked because they're just that damn good. Deontay Wilder still has yet to prove that he's that damn good. You know, Bermain Stavern, he held back in that fight. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. Bermain Stavern in that fight held back, and that was basically it. I think he priced himself out and said, you know what, it is what it is. Take the title. I don't give a fuck. Um, let's get to Andre Ward now. Andre Ward all of a sudden now is not fighting. It's a little cold out here. Excuse me. So Andre Ward now all of a sudden is not fighting. Andre Ward is not going to fight because something was said within the media, was leaked out. Listen, just give me a second. How the fuck? How do you how do you stop a fight? How do you not fight? How do you not take a fight over it being leaked out? So how are you supposed to sell tickets to these fights? How are you supposed to let us fight fans know that the fight was going to happen? How do you sell your fights then? It's a bunch of bullshit. Don't give me and any of my followers, any of my listeners that bullshit. We're not falling for it, man. You guys are straight cunnilingus today in boxing. Like, Ward, what's going on? And then you guys want to be all fucking racial, and you guys want to catch butt hurt feelings and catch the feels because Ward is basically kicking himself in the ass. Ward is basically putting himself to that level where us boxing fans are seeing from the inside, or should I say from the outside in. We're looking at Andre Ward just basically pussyfoot around the whole boxing, this whole boxing era. Ward is going to be known as the boxer that took fights but never completed them and pulled out. This is the second time he does this shit. So he's not going to fight this opponent he was supposed to fight against. And I personally, a lot of people, piece of YTBC student, 978 diplomat as well, bringing this up. But a lot of people don't see what we see, and that's, these guys are basically not wanting to fight or take good fights, and good fights could possibly mean dangerous fights for these fighters. You know, Andre Ward has only had one fight in at 175. Well, if you want to call it 175, where he came in at 173, 172 and a half or whatever. But I don't see exactly why you would not take a fight over it being leaked. That's some bullshit. So you're not taking a fight because it leaked out. So you're not taking a fight because people found out you were going to fight. How are you going to sell these tickets? This is bullshit. And let's just say if it did leak out, it doesn't matter. Why did it take you so long after? Look, if it was leaked out on Monday, it should have been handled and talked about on Monday, not a week after, not 4 days after. That's why it looks like a duck. That's why it looks like a duck. Because you pull out days after. What did it take you all these days to come up with an excuse? Obviously, if it came from the other camp, obviously the other camp is very excited that they got the fight with you. So now, I'm just going to go as far as to say this. If Ward picks a jobber, then I'm just gonna have to say this. I'm gonna have to tell you guys that Ward is basically ducking, not pound for pound. You guys need to open up your fucking eyes and stop lowering the standards of boxing, putting these fucking boxers that were doing something, but then are scared to do something all over again, and then you're giving them all these fucking accolades that are very hard to achieve because there are other fighters out there that are really, really fighting. And you guys want to give them these fucking accolades. Like, you know what I mean? To me, Andre Ward has like about 2 years of boxing to prove to me. Now, you guys were impressed or whatever. Maybe you guys are behind that Mayweather agenda where he's talking bullshit about racism, but yeah, he's the first one to diss Asians. You know what I mean? I mean, you guys are making no fucking sense, really. You know? I mean, you wanted me in, right? You wanted to pull me into this shit. Well, I'm pulled in, and I'm gonna let you guys know exactly what the fuck it is. I'm gonna let you guys know exactly what the fuck it is. You guys are being very biased. You guys are mad that Floyd is no longer in the sport. You guys are upset at the fact that Floyd had let you down as boxing fans. And on his way out, he definitely shitted on each and every one of y'all. Because now, across a debate table, he doesn't have a very good resume. It's very hard to even rate him. You can only rate his defensive skill. His punch output was terrible. And of course it was perfect because he hardly punched. If you're punching like 52 fucking... If you're throwing 30 fucking punches around, of course you're going to be accurate compared to the other guy who's throwing fucking 200 and only landing about maybe fucking 112 or maybe fucking 89 on, 90 punches on. You know what I'm saying? It's just the point that... you guys are very biased. You guys are biased, and this shit is ridiculous. I'm just glad that it's coming back to boxing. Boxing is coming back, and we're just keeping it. We're just keeping it to the point that it has nothing to do with race, color, creed. The only color we want to know in boxing are the colors of the straps. Our favorite color, us boxing fans, our favorite colors are gold and red. Red for the blood that's shed, or the rubies on the motherfucking strap, or the golden enameled fucking letters or flags that consist of the color red, right? That's the only colors us boxing fans really care about in boxing. It's okay to praise a white fighter, a black fighter, a Spanish fighter for accolades that they've achieved. It's okay. It's quite all right. shit. It's great to celebrate shit like that. It's awesome to celebrate things like that. But you can't celebrate now fighters that have done something like, in the Super 6 tournament. How many years ago? And then comes back after a year and a half hiatus. They still have him on the pound for pound fucking list because they're just scared to let him go. Um, and after that pound for pound list, he just sits back and lives off of that. But then what happens to his fighting now? You know what I mean? And we still have yet to see Andre Ward throw hands. We still have yet to see, you know, the Pujas, man, gave Wilder a run for his money. He wasn't supposed to, but he did, right? So this is what I'm saying, man. Wilder and Ward are very incomplete, and they're starting off 2016 so fucked up already. So to me, they're incomplete fighters. I don't care what anybody says. Like you, the only criticism I'm gonna get are the fucking Ward haters. I mean, are the Wardettes. The guys that just don't want to let go of the fact that Ward is letting him down every day. The guys that don't want to look at the fact that the Super 6 was a long time ago. The type of guys, type of fans that want to make him a fucking like 9 division champion when he's not, and never was, and never will be. These are fucking fanatics to the fullest that need to realize that when you do shit like that, all you do is tarnish the sport and you hurt your fighter's credibility, especially across a fucking debate table. So you can't go ahead and say Deontay Wilder is the best heavyweight ever, and you can't go on and say that Deontay Wilder is the best heavyweight in this era, because he's not. You can't say that Andre Ward is to that of Floyd Mayweather when he's not. Just because Floyd Mayweather is pushing Andre Ward or pushing black fighters, you just have to see that there's an agenda. Because, I could even make a video contradicting that statement where he said that black fighters aren't getting, or any black athletes as to that, are not getting any type of praise, which is a bunch of bullshit. You know what I mean? They were about to replace the NBA logo with Michael Jordan's silhouette. He's a black athlete, well respected too. There are many well respected black athletes in every sport. So that race baiting shit, all that stuff, you gotta stop. It's all an agenda, guys. This is why I'm glad Conor McGregor came out and put him on blast and let him know, don't you ever put my career in a sentence of racism within the sentence of racism, or even with that word ever again. And I'm so happy he did that. See, because like I stated before, man, the prize fighter from Vegas is just trying to stay relevant. So this is why he does all of this bullshit. And then you got the dummies that go around and like to make videos and say that it's racist this, racist that, but and then they talking racist themselves, talking about they used to beat white people up, used to beat Puerto Rican people up, used to do this and do that and the third, but and then all of a sudden it's like hold on, wait a minute, you saying stop the racism, stop the violence, but yet you giggling on video talking about how you used to. It's just a whole bunch of contradiction, double standard shit. You know what I mean? And this is exactly why I'm keeping it boxing. I'm just bringing up this demographic for you guys, so that way you guys can have your fucking eyes open, like I have my eyes open, and everybody else in the YTBC who's keeping it boxing, who has their fucking their eyes wide open, so that way you guys understand that there's an agenda in boxing, and they want to push this superstar diva shit, WWE stuff to us. They want to sell us a dream. They want to take our dollars and they want to sell us a dream. They want to make us look like we're dumb and we don't know anything about the sport. Especially the guys who have been contributing, as to myself and the uploaders who have watched boxing within the early '70s all the way to now. You know what I mean? They're trying to make us look like that was yesteryear. That style of boxing doesn't exist anymore, but yet yes, it does exist. Fuck yeah, it exists. It exists because that was boxing. It is boxing. It's what boxing should be today. That's what's wrong with all you fucking faggots out there. And you fucking faggots who put gloves on today don't fucking put the gloves on with the visions or the same visions that Ali had. The same visions that Tyson had. The same visions that Arguello had. Pryor. Leonard. Yes, money. Money was a factor, but it wasn't the main factor. They all put gloves on because they wanted to make their legacies. You guys got it twisted. You guys think that breaking pay-per-view numbers and choosing an opponent to give you that L to make you look good is exactly what a boxer is today. And then you guys don't want to differentiate because there is a big differentiation between a legacy fighter and a prize fighter. Every hardcore boxing fan knows this. But I keep running into you fucking casuals, you dummies that, you know, just come up and tell me, on these comment sections, they're all prize fighters. They all fight for money. When you come off like that and you just don't know, you just don't know. That's what it is. You just don't know. Excuse me 1 second. I'm going to get my coffee. Fight fans. The wife just made me some coffee. Spending talking some boxing on a Sunday with some good people like yourself. And my coffee, Bustelo. You know what it is. Yeah, so what is SpongeBob? I don't give a fuck. But yeah, so if you don't know the difference between that, then you just don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Me personally, I think that what Blood Boxing said, I would say about 10 months back on one of his videos, it's the diva trickle down effect. We seen it with Miguel Cotto with all these negotiations with Canelo in the beginning. We're gonna see it with Canelo and GGG. The WBC or more, some sanctioning bodies don't fucking help the situation when they cater to these motherfuckers, right? So when they cater to these motherfuckers think they got power and shit. This is exactly why the prize fighter from Vegas only stays in Nevada, because they cater to him. He's lucky that they care about money and not justice, because the shit that he's done. And that's why I don't respect anybody who says, oh, he's done a lot for the sport, but he tried to kill the pay-per-view model. To me, I can't respect that. I can't respect anyone who tries to destroy tracks. It's like you're trying to get across a bridge, right? You try to get across a bridge. There were people way before him that put a bridge to cross over to be successful, right? But now when it's his turn and he's crossed a bridge like none other, he thinks that he has a right to destroy it, like take the bridge down to let nobody else climb up. And the only way they're gonna come over is if he fucking makes the bridge. But the thing is that he's not capable of making any bridge to hold anyone up or come across, because he only cares about himself. He only cares about himself. Oh, what about the new prospect, Javante, the tank? What about him? What about him? So far, the prophet has been wrong. He's been wrong. First, it was AB. Then it's Ashley Theophane. Then you got Errol Spence Jr. And now he's been wrong. He's thrown all these fighters. Oh, this is the face of boxing. Then he was first wrong with Canelo. Canelo's the future of boxing. So which one is it? Which one is it? He's gonna push Canelo because if he decides to push other boxers within that promotion banner that he has, which I'm not gonna say the name, the prize fighters from Vegas. Let's put it that banner. Let's just throw that banner up. They do that, then hey, he has to look out for De La Hoya's cash cow, Golden Boy. He has to look out for Golden Boy by putting Canelo up there as well. You know, one hand washes the other. Everybody knows that. You know what him and Schaefer try to do to Oscar De La Hoya. Regardless, everybody knows that Oscar De La Hoya, it was his fault. He should have been paying attention. He should have been. Yeah, we all know. We all know. But it goes deeper than that. It goes deeper than that. You know. So some of us don't know. Now, this thing, this thing that is going around in boxing, where people want to give fighters accolades and achievements that it took fighters of yesteryear a long time to get to, and now it's easy. One fight, two fights, you're in. That's crazy. That's crazy. Then they only use the ranking system to their benefit. That's crazy. That's crazy. The shit I don't understand is all of a sudden now the WBC and you know you got VADA. They want to make a stricter drug testing policy. But to make that, why didn't you do it when well why this is the thing I don't understand, and I say it's a big contradiction with all of these sanctioning bodies and these fucking commissions that, you guys don't enforce your fucking rules when you're supposed to. You don't, like Manny Pacquiao. In that fight, he was denied a lot of things. And they catered to the prize fighter from Vegas. So it is what it is. Now all of a sudden they want to, they think that it's going to clean the slate and we're going to be like, oh, yeah, okay, stricter testing policy. So now they're cool. No, they should have been on it from the jump. Get the fuck out of here on a three-legged horse with that shit. I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it, and neither should you. You know what I mean? All this bullshit. But for some reason, boxing keeps breathing because of people like us. And we got to keep it this way. We got to keep it boxing. We got to keep it 100. We're going to call out shit like we call. You know what I'm saying? Shit. Boxing's Hall of Justice. Bottom line. That's what hashtag come back to boxing is now. So ain't no turning back. I'm back and I'm here. I'm talking for you guys. I'm talking the way I feel as well. So you guys wanted me back? You guys wanted me to stay? Well, I'm fucking here. I'm just not feeling the point where a lot of these bastards out here think that they can actually just take the sport and manipulate it the way they want to. You got a lot of uploaders that, like to side with that shit as well because they've been programmed already. So they all sound the same. They all sound the same. It's like a lot of you guys were telling me, like, Hawker Mustang, who was it? Lucky Nang Nang as well. Johnny Longoria. You guys were saying that, a lot of these fighters want praise, and they're not doing anything about it. And it's true. They're just not doing shit about nothing. Mr. Hulk 333 as well had mentioned, something about, fighters using double standards in order to get in front, you know what I'm saying, of the person who was in line. So when they do that, to us it's reported as step aside money, but it's more than that. Sometimes it doesn't even consist of money. It just consists of a handshake and a promise to go forward and, okay, well, you know what, if I win the title, I'll give you a shot. And sometimes that shit don't even happen. Then they suppress this stuff. I mean, it's fucking crazy, man. It's fucking nuts. Me, man, a lot of guys like to bring up the fact that, oh, what about when you watched boxing in your day? There were a lot of guys who ducked each other. Look at Aaron Pryor. Sugar Ray Leonard ducked Aaron Pryor. But you guys didn't. You guys don't understand the logic behind Sugar Ray Leonard being Sugar Ray Leonard and the great champion that he was and retired and is still to this day, and said to himself, "Yo, this guy's heavily on drugs. Not no PEDs, not no nothing. We're talking about the white boy. I mean the white girl. We're talking about the candy, the nose candy. We're talking about cocaine. All right. Aaron Pryor was fucked up by that time. You know, nobody wants that type. Nobody wants that type of. I might as well say blood on their hands where something happens. You know, there's a lot of reports that, in respect to Aaron Pryor, the Hawk, man. I mean, you know, shit, he's fucking legend, great, one of the greats. It's just there's certain responsibilities as a champion that you need to have, and Sugar Ray Leonard exercised that right a lot, and it wasn't about ducking. It was about being responsible, not fighting a fighter who's already fucking wrecked. You know what I mean? Because let's just say if he would have fought Aaron Pryor, right? He would have fought Aaron Pryor. He would have washed him. He could have damaged him. Because Aaron Pryor was on. He was on that. He was on that white girl, man. And you guys, go look it up. Go fucking look it up. You know. You guys are children. You know, a lot of the fans today, you're 25, you're 28 with your children. Y'all fucking bunch of children. Especially when it comes to decisive thinking for yourself, because if you see like fighters like Danny Garcia who started out competing, like wow, having a good competitive edge on them, then all of a sudden they trickle down. They're in the limelight, so they think that every time they throw these, it's worth millions and it's a spectacle and it should be watched by millions because they're throwing these. But you're not throwing these against people who can actually throw these as well. You're throwing these against people who can actually catch these very well. So there's a big difference. And I'll probably get some thumbs down on this video. If you don't agree with what I'm saying, of course, you have a right to your own opinion. You want to give me a thumbs down because you don't feel what I'm saying, fine. But just remember, man, you need some Benghazi butt cream because your ass just flared up, your Twinkies just flared up because I said something that just hit the fucking nerve of your fucking butt and it got hurt, and that's what happens. You know what I mean? I see right through the race card. I see right through the favoritism. I see right through the bias. I see through all that bullshit. You know, this is why my subscribers will only stay to like 475, and it'll stay there, and I don't mind. Like I said, I don't get paid for this or not. I don't mind though. I don't mind it staying just there. It's been there for like 8 months. I'm not about making money. You know what I mean? So that's all hard work. 475, and to see through all that bullshit is just a great thing. You know. You know, I've been live streaming a lot of fucking fights. Only fight I paid for was the prize fighter from Vegas versus the Filipino prize fighter, their mega fight. Everything else after that, I was streaming. I got tired of wasting money on pay-per-views on motherfuckers that just lacked that action personification. They just didn't have it. You know, like with Santa Cruz. When Santa Cruz defeated Mares, everybody, oh my God, wow, I'm not impressed. You need more than that, man. I'm sorry, guys. Sorry, but I'm not impressed. That motherfucker want to impress me? Fight Rigondeaux. Then at the same time, fight Lemieux after. Then give Gary Russell Jr. Do that. Clear the division first. Don't run like you did. Went to the Heyman Protection Program. Then now all of a sudden you're calling Rigondeaux out now. It's crazy, man. You guys who want to just look at it through the politics as money, I got y'all figured out. I got y'all figured out. I got y'all really, really, really figured out because that's how you hide your boxers' faults and bullshit. You put them behind the numbers. So when it comes to that saying, numbers don't lie, men and women do. That is a fact. But numbers do lie if they're manipulated. And half you motherfuckers love manipulating your boxers' careers into the base where they don't even belong. And half you motherfuckers are so good doing that you like to consider yourself historians. And you're just full of shit. I'm from the cloth if I don't give a fuck. And if we were face to face and we were debating, I'd tell you the same shit. I'd tell you if you were full of shit, I'd tell you need to wipe your mouth because you're talking the most shit. And if you didn't like it, you wanted to shoot a 5, then we shoot a motherfucking 5. You know what I'm saying? But it's just the point that you guys gotta wake the fuck up and stop doing this, man. And stop being biased. If a motherfucker's trash, if a motherfucker's cocky, if the nigga's cocky puddles, bro, if the fighter is cocky puddles, then you gotta let him know, my dude, you cocky puddles, bro. You ain't shit. You know? I used to love Felix Trinidad. Tito? Come on, son. But then, he started getting full of shit. Then he started taking fights he didn't belong in. And I didn't abandon the dude, but I let it be known in every debate. And when motherfuckers were saying, oh, he's fucking cocky puddles, he ain't shit. Well, you're absolutely right. He's become shit. But he's a great, though. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers decline at the end. It's okay. As long as they gave us good fights in the beginning. Mayweather's not an exception. The prize fighter from Vegas is not an exception. And that Berto fight, no. So don't do it. But it's just the point, guys, that in order to keep boxing, you gotta be real. And you can't call yourself a boxing fan if you don't clean it up in a debate. You just can't call yourself that. If you're debating and you're just gonna actually let the shit keep going, and you know that it's bullshit that's being spewed out, and people just pushing propaganda to have their boxers as number one. If you know this and you're doing it, you're not helping the sport. You're fucking it up. You're really fucking up the sport when you do shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So just hashtag come back to boxing. Hashtag keep it boxing. And keep it real. And let a motherfucker know, regardless if he's apprehensive or not. Your fight ain't shit. And hit him with the facts. But not facts that are fucking twisted. You know what I'm saying? Well, fight fans, it's been a great chat with you. I've got some chores to do in my backyard. Yeah, man, I just moved in and shit, and this is what's going on. That's exactly what's going on. And just chilling back here talking boxing with y'all. But otherwise than that, fight fans, thank you for joining me. God bless. Stay vigilant. Hashtag come back to boxing. And just basically keep it real, man. You know what I'm saying? If a boxer is cocky puddles, you let him know your boxer is cocky puddles. Peace, fight fans.